Oh My Dog with Jack D and Seann Walsh.
Hi, Seann.
Hi, Jack.
How are you doing?
I'm good, actually.
Good,
I feel
good.
awake.
You feel awake? No, well, that's a good start.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right, yeah, thank you. Were you very tired or?
I'm just usually quite tired when we do this.
Okay.
But
right.
I didn't have a show yesterday.
I see,
I
so you
feel-
haven't had a late night,
Feel
yeah.
sprightly.
Yeah,
So
good.
I feel up for it. Give me your best.
All right, well, challenge on. Let's go.
How's Dolly? What's Dolly been up to?
Dolly's all right. She's it's a funny time of year for Dolly because when you take her for walks and stuff at this time of year, when she does get on the ground, as we've been through this 100 times, but she does
Yes.
walk home on the walk. But because there are so many leaves on the ground blowing around, if they're blowing around, she's on full alert. Because, you know, there's some of these leaves, they're like as big as your hand, aren't they? And they're brown and all dried up, and they come blowing along the pavement towards her. And she like, you know, watch yourself, mate. I smash your face in. going down the street. She's literally, come on. She's like offering them out, all these leaves coming at her. She can't stand it.
Poor Dolly.
Yeah.
But she has them. She wins.
She wins every time. Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's, but you know, in fairness, the leaves are like twice the size of her head. So and all she sees is this thing coming at her.
Yeah.
and she's straight into fight mode. I'll have you.
And of course, we come to this, you know, we'll have to mention this at this point of the year. Every year it will be an annual thing. But of course, it is that time where we can no longer find the dog mess in the park.
Yes, the camouflage is coming to its own, isn't it, at this time of year?
Yes, I actually woke up to messages from Grace saying, I've lost 3 of her poos.
Oh, no.
Yes.
It's a strange way of putting it, though, isn't it? It's like she picked them up. What did she put them in her pocket and now can't find them? Or there'll be some pickpocket going through their loot at home thinking, what the hell is this? Where did he get that from?
Yes. So there we are. It will be a problem now, won't it, for months?
We have to be extra vigilant at this time of year, don't we? All dog owners.
Yes.
Very sensible. You sound like a politician there. Very, very good, Jack.
Absolutely. Well, I have that side to me. Yeah. And
Yes.
is Mildred generally well?
Mildred's really good. I tell you what's very sweet is Wylda is now at the point where she is training Mildred and getting Mildred to sit and getting her to come here. She said, Mildred, come here. Mildred, come here. And Mildred comes in and she has the dental stick. She gives her the dental stick.
Oh, right, yes.
Sit, yeah. And Mildred wouldn't do it for me, but she would do it for Wylda.
Ah, interesting. Oh, goodness. She just got more natural authority, do you think?
I just think Mildred has absolutely no respect for me whatsoever.
Yeah, you don't count.
I'm not listening to that guy.
Yeah. Oh,
Look at the state of him.
Yeah.
Not listening to that.
No. And what about Casper? Does he get involved in it yet? He's probably still too small and to really register it.
Yeah, Casper's 7 months. Casper, Casper, I think, likes Mildred more than Wylda did at this point.
Oh, that's an interesting observation.
Yeah.
Ah.
He's
So
very
he's
very
really
smiley.
Is he? Yeah, he's really sort of pleased when he sees her and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, and is already going to stroke her.
Right.
And he's kind of automatically gentle with her, where I think Wylda's automatic mode is to destroy everything in front of her.
It does sound good, doesn't it? That sounds. And how's Juniper?
She's good. She had her checkup yesterday, her annual checkup.
Yeah.
And she had a vaccine.
Yeah.
But it turns out, and do you know what? It was a really lovely vet that was looking after her yesterday because what I'm about to tell you, sometimes there's a bit of judgment and lecturing that comes into play. But she is teetering on being a little bit heavier. Teetering on it. She's fine.
Okay, yes.
There's I was going to show you this actually. There's a scale for Dachshunds, and you may have seen it. You see down the side, where they're supposed to be is around 4 or 5 in the measurement.
Yes.
And she's teetering on 6.
Right.
So I think what that is because I have adjusted her diet to home cooking, and maybe I wasn't sure if we were giving her enough, so I was giving her a little bit more. And I think that I just need to reduce that and take her on more walks, and she'll be fine. The vet was like, she'll be fine within a month if you do that.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to worry about.
Reduce the amount of food. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just to remind the listeners, or indeed inform new listeners, that's because of a guest that we had on Oh My Dog that you switched to.
Yeah, the dog nutritionist.
Yes.
I was explaining to the vet yesterday, the reason I did that is because she wasn't eating the dog food. So now she's eating it. And I think that's the difference. She wasn't eating before, so she was underweight, and now she's eating.
Yes.
So obviously...
You're obviously too good a cook, and
well, it's been said
by Juniper. But that's nice. It's a thing with dogs being overweight. We had Darcy was our Dachshund, and she was a little bit rounder than Walter. It's quite difficult to control what she ate because there was Walter as well, who was really fit and had an enormous appetite. But I think she got quite a lot of food that she shouldn't have got. That can happen with two dogs unless you separate them at mealtime completely. What I do remember from that is how indignant you are if someone else points it out. Oh, she's a bit overweight, isn't she? You think, well, so are you. I didn't say anything. Leave her alone. You can't have that, can you?
Absolutely right.
I was ready for that conversation yesterday, but the vet was so non-judgmental and just lovely.
Well, that's nice.
I thought, okay, that's fine. I can take it from you. But had she started to lecture me, I would have got offended.
Yeah.
Did you notice it?
Well,
was it the vet that noticed it?
I'm never quite sure. I'm always a bit like, I've said to Darren recently, do you think she's getting a little bit rounder? I mean, it's not, she's still got definition, and that's what you've got to look for with a Dachshund.
Her collar snapped.
I have been wheeling around in a wheelbarrow. But no, I think, I've had it confirmed now, so I know what to do. I wasn't sure. I was saying to Darren, what do you think? And he said, she looks fine to me. So it was good to have a professional opinion on it.
Yeah. Well, it's great. It's great that you can, be a simple solution, I think, won't it? Just
she's fine though. She's really energetic. Yeah.
Great.
Well, but is it reduce the portions or reduce the meals?
I think it's maybe reduce the portions a little bit and maybe not give us so many treats because we're quite soft.
The treats.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, even with Dolly, we do that. We get these tiny little treats, like they're smaller than a cocktail sausage, but they get cut in two. So she doesn't, she only gets half of one each time. It's really, but she's really strange because she plays up when we've had our supper in the evening. That's when she starts really playing up and ramping up the pressure for treats and looking at us. So it's all the big game is to get us to get out and go into the kitchen and give her a treat. But if you give her the same treat at 11 o'clock in the morning, she's not interested in it. It's just the whole thing is a ritual for her. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like me with my chocolate in the evenings and a cup of tea.
Oh, right. I didn't know about this.
What chocolate?
Anything I can get my hands on.
Okay. We've actually had to stop. I think I mentioned this to you, but Mildred's just being awful for grabbing Wylda's food and whatnot, and being a bit of a pain at dinner, jumping up, making noises. I want some. So what we've done is we've got into the routine of we use the child gates.
Yeah.
To keep Mildred out of dinner time.
Yeah, very good.
She's out at dinner time, and then what we do, as long as the food is okay, so not if it's obviously a spicy Indian, but if it's more like like a roast, then basically we allow for Mildred to come in afterwards and basically clean up.
Yeah.
She gets up and cleans the table, cleans under the table. It's fantastic. It's a Hoover.
Yeah.
It's like having a Hoover.
Well, for years, I never had to rinse the plates in the dishwasher because Walter would just be up there licking them clean before the thing went on. That's his favourite place to go. So does Mildred watch you eating through the child gate?
Absolutely.
Does she?
Oh.
Yes, frozen. No, I don't feel it's gone past the point of feeling sorry for her.
Okay, yeah.
It's just too much. It's too much.
But Mildred's weight's never a concern, is it? She's always been quite.
I think there was once a mention of it.
Right.
There was once a mention of it, but no, she's all good now, and especially with the new dog walker who's been absolutely fantastic. And takes her out on all these long walks with the dogs. Yeah. She loves it. It comes back and does the zoomies. So that's good. But I wanted to bring up that actually there's been a bit of an oh my dog kind of evening out that I unfortunately had to miss.
Oh yes,
because I was in a place called I was in a working men's club called March.
Yes, yeah, you were.
Sorry, I was in a...
makes it sound like you're a stripper, Seann. when you're not doing this.
Hey, 2 kids and a dog. It's a lot. Okay, it costs a lot. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
I've got a side hustle. But whilst I was doing a gig in a working men's club called the Brazza Club in a place called March outside Peterborough, where people were happily vaping indoors, and 4 people were kicked out, and there was a flickering light, and there was a light that kept on changing colour, and the bar at the back of the room was lit, so you couldn't see the audience. And for people that don't know this, when you're on stage, you as the comedian can't see the audience because you've got the light in your eyes. Yeah. But obviously, if there's a bar at the back of the room that is lit, then you can see the bar and you can see the staff that just want to go home.
Yeah.
And whilst I was doing that, you were at the London Palladium.
Yes, Jack.
You say that like accusatively, like I did this to put your nose out, you know.
I think you looked up the diaries.
Yeah,
you looked up the diaries and you paired it and you went there.
That's the day I'll do it. Yeah, yeah, I played there.
But it was fantastic.
It was brilliant.
Sara came, which was lovely, and I had all my family were there. Actually, most of my family were there. No, it was a good week, and it's been filmed, so that'll go out at some point on Sky, so you can look out for that.
Honestly.
So the Brazza Club in March has also been filmed
by undercover police.
But yes, I'm absolutely gutted to have missed that.
You were missed because the show itself was obviously fantastic, just hilarious. Like I was saying, our cheeks were aching.
Well,
and then afterwards we got to hang out with Jack and the family, and it was just so much fun. You did miss out.
Because it was the London part of the tour, which is still ongoing, but it's the London one is always the sort of big kind of moment there, and we were filming it, so it was a sort of a landmark show, as it were, and so there were a lot of people there, you know, from the world of showbiz, basically. But, so I'm not sure how at home you would have felt, really, Seann.
They wouldn't have let me in. I promise I'll do a podcast with him. I promise it's me. What about a haircut since then, haven't I? I should say, actually, and this would embarrass you, you can't do this, but also some of our listeners might not know that all of Jack's back catalogue of stand-up is now on Netflix. So that's amazing. Yeah. So you can go watch all of Jack's specials that he's recorded over the years. Yeah. On Netflix. Go do that.
I didn't prompt this, everyone, if you're listening. I didn't
say No, I know.
Can you plug my work, please, Seann? But it is.
But I was over the moon.
So I
was over the moon to see that.
Yeah.
It's just popped up and they're all there, so you can go and do that.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you. Well, that was an unexpected career boost from. Thank you very much. You
can change the subject now.
Oh, well, we will. I mean, I don't necessarily want to, but I think we should for the sake of the podcast. Should we read this email that we've got? This is from Alana, I guess, isn't it? Alana. And it says, hello, Jack, Seann and Sara. Just wanted to share this funny video with you as it has had me giggling all week. So I don't know what it is, but whenever my dog Alfie goes over to my gran and papa's house, he is absolutely bonkers. He's 11 years old, but he acts like a big puppy, carrying on making new noises and just being a big goofball. I absolutely love it. Here's a video of him playing with my gran's shoes. I think she had a ball, however. I have decided to add some famous music to it. Hope it makes you smile. For your information, Alfie is Lassapoo. That's a Lhasa Apso crossed with a toy poodle. He is the bestest boy. Love the podcast. Always has me laughing out loud. Keep up the funny work. Love from Alana. Thank you very much for that, Alan. I can't wait to see this video.
Here we go.
Yes.
Here we
Ready?
go. Yeah, go on. It's quite good because this feeds quite well into what you were saying when Mildred goes for her walks with this new dog walker and then has the zoomies. I wonder if any other listeners experience that their dog behaves differently with other people. And
Oh, yes, get in touch.
Yeah, it's an interesting subject, isn't it? Here we go.
Ready?
Yeah. That's brilliant.
Oh, that's wonderful!
I love that. If you're only listening, this is the Alfie, who appears to be using Granny's feet as a punch bag.
Yes.
Hence the Rocky music. That's excellent.
Yeah,
that's very funny.
Fantastic.
That's
that's really. He looks like he loves it there and has a great time. It's funny, isn't it? Like kids do when they go to their grands. It's a different dynamic, isn't it?
Yes,
a whole different vibe. You get sweets all day and all that stuff goes on, and obviously has a nice time. Thanks for sending that in. That's great. I'd like to hear from other people as well about whether their dogs behave differently in different situations.
Whilst I remember, before we get our fantastic guest on, I met my dog listener yesterday. It was wonderful Caroline, who was a big fan of the pod and started doing impressions of me talking to Mildred and was calling Mildred the Mornos. And it was so surreal. Because that's the pod, and she's going, "Oh, I love you and Jack, and who's the Mornos? You come in the Mornos. I love the Mornos." I thought, what must this look like to everyone else that's looking at me now? Yeah. But she's a big fan, so shout out to Caroline, who's
Isn't that great though? Isn't that great that she's listening to that attentively to actually come up and say that to you? It's fantastic.
Yes.
I met somebody last week. I have a new piercing. I went to
an event. Do?
Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I had a piercing last week. Do you want to see it?
Go on then.
It's there.
Okay, right. Is
second piercing
ear
there.
piercing.
Second piercing in your ear.
Ear piercing. Because I went to, my friend works for Ottienberg, which is a lovely jewellery place, and I met Henry Holland. And the reason we got talking is because, look at this is Henry. Yeah. He's a fashion designer. Look at his little puppy.
Oh, sweet.
He's got a pug.
Yes. Little pug puppy.
And he was telling me about it. It's actually a rescue from Battersea. So I said to him, would you come on and have a chat with us and tell us all about it? And he's going to. So we'll have him on in the next few weeks.
Was Henry having a piercing as well? Was that why
he didn't have one? You didn't have to have one.
Oh, right.
I just opted for one.
Okay, right, yeah. So, what is Ottenberg? Is that the jewellers itself?
That's the jewellers, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's really lovely stuff, and that's why he was there as well. But, I mean, isn't that puppy just amazing?
Amazing, sweet. It'd be nice to hear how that one goes. Yeah, brilliant. Good.
I did do a bit of homework before we jumped online, and that was to get the unfun fact.
Yes.
Dog
yes.
Fact.
Yes. Go on.
Yes. Dog fact. Sorry. Dogs can see colours, just not all of them. They don't see the world in black and white. They mainly perceive blues and yellows. So there you go. So for some reason, Alan Partridge popped into my head when I read that, and I imagined him reading that out on North Norfolk radio. I go, so they don't see the world in black and white; they mainly perceive blues and yellows. So the world to them must just look like one big massive IKEA. Of course. Actually, when I think about it, IKEA is actually just the logo and not actually the goods within the store. So that actually doesn't work. So scrap that.
I'm looking at my dog fact list that I keep, and there's one here that springs to mind immediately because it comes off that. Clacton suffered an outbreak of blue dogs and cats when 8 sacks of ink powder broke in a fire. And
what?
It's,
oh my gosh.
No, it's true. There's a picture of it. I'll try and get the picture up as well. It's
You've got better facts.
I've got this whole list. I told you about this months ago. No, because my friend who writes quiz questions was doing a whole load of dog stuff, and he sent it over to me and said, "You might want these because I can't use them." And they're all facts about dogs.
Great.
So
so good.
Dog quiz at one point. We don't normally do cat pictures, but as it's that's obviously a blue cat.
Oh wow.
So there you are. Dog facts time over. That was excellent. That was good. Well done remembering we do dog facts now.
Yes. Unfun dog facts. So should we
I
have our
think it's quite
guest?
fun this
We
time.
should. Yeah,
Oh,
it
you
was
do think
fun.
it's
Yeah,
fun?
there's
Yeah.
please, yeah. I've got a slightly blue dog. It's not that good. But
Let's have a
can you
look.
see that? Yeah.
Oh,
I can't see it.
yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh,
Yeah.
the Smurf.
Very nice.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like a sort of comic book accident, isn't it? These 8 sacks
Yeah.
of blue ink have exploded. And then
Yes. Well, hopefully they're clean now. So we now have Sophia Money-Coutts, who is a journalist, author, and self-confessed dog obsessive. Formerly features director at Tatler. She's also written for the Evening Standard and now pens the Modern Manners column for the Sunday Telegraph. And she's joining us today to talk about her latest book, The Year of the Dog, and find out how Dennis the Terrier has changed her life. Hello.
Hello.
good to meet you. Thank you for joining us.
No worries. Thank you for having me. And Dennis, who's asleep at my feet.
Great. First of all, actually, because what struck me is because you're doing Modern Manners, the column in the Sunday Telegraph. I wonder if you've got what are your thoughts on like manners around dogs and people who have dogs, and do you think people need to be mindful of etiquette? Is there kind of rules that you like to stick to? What are your thoughts on that?
I think, as you guys probably know, in the past few years, it's all gone a bit dog mad, hasn't it? You know, since COVID, explosion of dog population. There was a post on my local Facebook group. I live in Crystal Palace. There was a man who was asking dogs to wear nappies in the park because he said he was so fed up of ruining his trainers with dog shit. And this post then ran to like hundreds of posters.
Yes.
People demanding that dogs be on leads. It was the real like leads versus not lead debate.
Yes.
There obviously is etiquette about, you know, having a dog on a lead and letting it meet other dogs. There's tons of dog etiquette, right?
Yes.
Whether you let them on the sofa or not, all that kind of stuff. But it just seems like we're increasingly at war. I think increasingly it's dog people versus not dog people. A bit like Brexiteers versus Remainers, vaxxers versus anti-vaxxers.
Yeah.
Cyclists versus drivers.
Like it's dogs versus not dogs. I honestly think that is slightly what's happening. And I'm nervous that, my local park, we're going to have dogs on leads everywhere quite soon, because that seems to be the real grumble. Around my parts, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose we're prejudiced, especially on this podcast. But it does seem to me that the people who grumble about dogs are generally pretty low-grade people, aren't they? I mean, really.
Well, we would say that, wouldn't we? But,
Well,
yes.
And I can't imagine there's anyone listening to this podcast, maybe some sadists who would be listening to this and think otherwise.
Beyond that as well, which is the big one, of course, but beyond that, around dogs behaving, in other people's houses and so on and so forth. If you took Dennis to someone else's house, do you expect a certain code of behaviour from Dennis, and does he deliver?
Well, I would expect it. It wouldn't happen. I would hope, I think, but it definitely wouldn't happen. He's a year and a half this week. I'm so pissed at one of those people who's still like, he's 18 months.
I know.
Oh, it's lovely.
And actually, there was a really good example of this. He was still very much a puppy, and I went to my sister's house. She'd recently had it done up, posh new carpets, posh new flooring. It was the weekend actually after I had a very traumatic breakup with my ex, so I was basically crying and smoking all the time. And I fled out of her house at one point to go and have a cigarette outside, and I noticed a dog poo in the middle of the new carpet in her hallway. So I literally just bent down with my hands and scooped it up and then ran to the bathroom and flung it in the loo. And I thought, oh my God, this is what it's come to. I'm newly single, I'm brokenhearted, and I'm picking up my dog's poo with my bare hands. Unfortunately, that hasn't been the only incident of dog poo on friends' carpets. But I think he's growing out of it now, because I think at 18 months, you've got to be.
So have you not had any help with training? Have you gone down that avenue?
Not enough, maybe, some would say. Yeah. I have actually been to see a guy, a shepherd. Well, he's a farmer, really, but he has lots of sheep. He's called Tobin, and his website is sheepproofyourdog.com, because sheep have been quite a problem with Dennis, because he's a terrier. And this guy, it's amazing. Has any other guest ever mentioned him?
No.
He's amazing. He's this guy in Kent, and he's quite famous. Lots of people recommended him to me. And you take your dog down. It's so basic. It's this quite scrappy farmyard, and Tobin came out in these filthy overalls with 2 plastic Coke bottles filled with stones.
Right.
And so, I quite nervously, I led Dennis into this little sheep pen with 3 sheep, Tobin and me. And obviously, in a small pen, Dennis then absolutely goes to the sheep. Whereupon Tobin goes mad. They're like maracas, basically.
Okay, yeah, rattling them.
Shaking it all over Dennis's head and screaming, no! And he basically does that again and again and again until Dennis got the message in that pen. And then we went to a bigger pen, and then we went to a field, by which point Dennis wasn't even really looking at the sheep because he's so terrified of these furious Coke bottles. So then he said, I think he needs a bit more discipline at home, this one. He said Labradors apparently get it immediately because they're, eager to please. Yeah. But Terriers are less good. So I did have that training.
And it sounds like it's worked, that Dennis he's not, we don't know yet fully. We just know he hates Tobin.
No, he loved Tobin. That was the other thing.
Really?
It's like Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, he was all over him. And he said, you see, that's why they need to know the leader of the pack, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. So yeah, it was a bit of a lesson for the owner, dare I say, as much as the dog.
I don't know if I'll ever get to the point. I was just dog sitting for my mum for 10 days when she was away, and because she's got a badly behaved terrier as well. I just don't know with terriers if you can ever get to the point where they're not going to go after something small and fluffy.
How did Dennis get on with your mum's terrier?
Bino, he's called. He loves him. Yeah, it's a real love affair. I mean, they scrap a bit sometimes, but it's that sort of terrier mauling one another.
They have a
and then and Bino gets a bit sick of it at times because, again, being 18 months, Dennis is sort of quite puppyish and bouncy.
Yeah.
So sometimes Bino will snap and basically say, so leave me alone. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice. That's what makes me think I need another one sometimes because it's nice when there's two of them, isn't it? It makes me feel less guilty. If I'm sitting at home writing all day, makes me feel way less guilty when there's two of them bounding around.
But I think there's something to be said for that, and it makes you feel better for the other dog that they're not being left and they're not being lonely and so on and so forth. Talk about writing though. You've just written this book, The Year of the Dog. I'm guessing from the title that this is all about Dennis. Well, in fact, I know it is. Is it? Kind of talk us through it.
It's there we go. Thank you. It's all about Dennis. Well, it started out as a bit of a joke concept, actually. When I first got Dennis, it was going to be like a sort of funny, the puppy diaries, my year of chaos with a puppy. Yeah. And then what happened was I got Dennis with my ex. Yeah. I mean, he was my dog, but we sort of got him together. Yes. And then coincidentally, very soon after Dennis came on the scene, the ex left. Right. Which was a shock to us all. And then I find people who compare their dogs to their children or their babies incredibly annoying. It's such a twee thing to do, I think. Oh, my fur baby. It annoys me so much. But I did feel a bit like a single mum left holding the puppy, basically. Yes. Okay, so then I decided to make the book a bit more heartfelt about the process of getting a puppy, sudden breakup, dealing with puppy, and then sort of falling in love with the puppy and the journey, as we have to call it, of healing, thanks to Dennis, really, because I do think he made an enormous difference. I'm really bad with heartbreak and I've really wallowed in the past, but you can't, if you've got a dog, you've got to get up in the morning, go walking, talk to other dog walkers in the park. And I do think it made the world a difference, really. So it's a bit more of a serious book. I mean, there's hopefully jokes in there, but it's more serious than I thought I'd anticipated at the start. Well, that probably makes it all the better, I imagine, if you don't want funny without something sort of purposeful behind it, I guess. Yeah, heartfelt. I hope so. I hope so. I keep saying to people, it's not just for doggy people, because there's quite a lot about, being 40 and single again, and do I want a baby or should I just stick with a dog? At the moment, I very much stick with a dog. It's more meaningful. Do you think Dennis missed or misses your ex? God, I hope not. Or did he just say, or is he kind of like going around saying, yeah, it's just you and me now? What a yeah. So what... Get on with it. Well, it's funny actually because I was in East London walking along the canal on the weekend, which is quite near to where my ex lived, and I was quite nervous, thinking, oh my God, what would I say if I I was rehearsing what I'd say in my head if I bumped into him. You could push him in the canal. Something sort of fierce. I never want to see you or speak to you ever again. Something dramatic. In reality, if I bumped into him, I'd probably be awfully polite. I'd be like, oh my God, hi, how are you? And Dennis certainly would be all over him, I think. Oh, it would absolute be, traitor. Yes. Would it, be honest here, would it be rewarding for you if Dennis kind of snarled at him when you... Yeah. That'd be quite nice. Backed him into the canal. That would be quite satisfying. No, obviously I'm over it and it's completely fine. But yeah. Reading your book, I sort of felt that it was actually a good thing that
you kind of weeded him out of your life. He was blaming the dog, wasn't he, as part of the reason why he couldn't handle being in this situation.
Yeah.
I think that
you're
you
right.
can
Dennis
thank
was totally
Dennis.
sort of blamed for it.
Mm.
Well, that's why there's the line on the front of the book saying how he saved my life, which I was a bit, publishers like putting quite dramatic things on the covers of books so that you can go on podcasts and go on Lorraine and talk about things.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, God, it feels quite dramatic saying that he saved my life. But in a way, he sort of, had I stayed with that guy, we had vaguely talked about having a baby, that would have been a disaster.
Right.
So he sort of did save my life in a way and made it much more complicated in various other ways.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't change a thing now.
When you're talking to Dennis, this is a recurring theme in our podcast, is that we all have voices for our dog that we use when we talk to our dog. Do you do that as well?
Obviously, ideally not when anyone's in earshot, but yeah, I do have. I'm always going, "Oh, puppy dog."
Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
It's just so embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah, if you catch yourself doing it in public, it's not good. Yeah.
I'll catch myself sometimes. Like this morning, actually, we were the first ones into the park. It was still quite dark, and I was I'll do it, and then I'll look around furtively and make sure that no one's there, because it is really cringe. But that's that's a love language, isn't it? They understand.
It is. Yeah. It's good.
Or maybe they're thinking, what an idiot. I don't know.
When you were going through a slightly harder time, did you find that Dennis could pick up on when you were feeling down, and you could sense that Dennis was trying to make an effort to make you feel better?
Yeah, the day of the breakup, when I basically sat in my garden, I restarted smoking. I sat in my garden, basically smoking cigarette after cigarette. And it was so heartbreaking. He kept going and getting a tennis ball and dropping it at my feet, because it did feel like he could sort of sense something was up. And so he just kept putting a tennis ball at my feet. And actually, weirdly, yesterday, Jilly Cooper, obviously very sadly announced she died.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I cried over that. And again, he sort of looked at me, and it was like he did know something was up. And then I said in my stupid dog voice, I was like, "You met a very important lady."
Yeah. Oh.
Yes, because she loved him, didn't she?
Yeah, she met him, and he farted on her sofa, but she didn't even mind that. So that was very generous.
Well, she's no doubt a proper dog lover, I think, from what I can gather.
Yeah.
But I think that's very endearing that Dennis kind of picks up on your mood and thinks, well, okay, time for the tennis ball. I think it's what she needs.
A little offering.
And have you managed? This is not my business at all, but have you managed to stop smoking again yet?
I have managed. It's always when I'm hot. It's always a matters of the heart when I have to smoke. And then actually about a month after the breakup, I went to America. It was the American election, and I went over there, and I told myself, I was like, no one smokes in America. Although then a friend later said everyone smokes in America. So I decided, I was going to give it up, and actually that was fine. Yeah.
Good.
So he doesn't give me disapproving looks anymore, which I felt like he was judging me a bit. That's the thing. I think if you smoke and you've got a dog, I could feel him judging me.
Yeah, but it's funny because he's probably connected it with you not feeling happy about life. And he's probably thinking she's got one of those sticks in her mouth again, and it's not a good one.
It's not like my sticks.
It's not like my sticks. I think that's really sweet.
And Dennis was crate trained. Is that right?
Oh, again, I'd say slightly crate trained. I mean, it's funny, isn't it? We all call them crates when they're cages, aren't they?
Yeah, they
cages.
are kind of like little cages.
He was sort of crate trained, and he slept in my bedroom to begin with, and then he moved out of my bedroom because I never wanted to have a dog who slept in my bedroom. I just thought that's the end, really. And then actually after the breakup, I had literally the first night after the breakup, I had him on my bed, and my sister said to me about 2 weeks later, she said, right, I'm going to give you another week with him in your room, and then he's got to go because otherwise you're never going to have sex again in your whole life. So he then went out, which is fair, I think, probably. So he then went out of my bedroom again, and then more recently I've just given up, and he's now got not really a crate. It's what I think it looks like, a really posh big rabbit hutch. It's a big old wooden thing with a sliding door, just because I get more sleep if he's in my room because I'm not listening for his barking first thing in the morning in the kitchen. So he seems to lie in better, and they like it. I think he likes it in there, really. Yeah,
they like to have their own space. I think that's perfectly good.
One of Dennis's problems, which was an issue with my last flatmate, is he is a real knicker fetishist.
Right.
So I don't know if you've come across this before. Mm-hmm. My last flatmate, she was lovely and very sweet about it, but he was obsessed with her pants, and we just go and get them from her room, eat them sometimes, chew them, swallow them, throw them up again. Sorry, it's so
recycling. It's
disgusting,
good. At least it's recycling.
But yeah, the knicker thing has been
just loves
quite
it.
appropriate. 100% of it, unfortunately, not clean ones. Clean ones you won't have.
No, not clean ones.
Sorry. To lower the turning.
Found him unconscious in the laundry basket.
Yeah, it's a tiresome habit.
I do love all the Google searches that you've done, and you sort of chart them with every month in the book.
Oh, good.
And I wanted to find out, because one that really made me laugh was, do dogs care if you fart? What was the answer to that?
I Googled that because I did once on the sofa, and Dennis honestly leapt out of his skin. It was such a weird reaction. I don't think they do, no, although sometimes they do move away, which I think is incredibly rude, because he farts quite often. In fact, he came up to me the other day on the sofa and audibly farted, and I then burst out laughing, and he looked at me like, what?
Yeah.
So I think they definitely notice it, and they can move away, which I think, given I put up with him chewing my knickers all the time, it seems incredibly rude.
It does.
I think dogs can definitely be irritated because when my daughter, I have a 2.5-year-old daughter, and whenever she starts crying, Mildred just leaves the room.
So she's upset,
She just had enough. She just goes, oh, God, not this again. And she can't bear it and leaves the room. It's fantastic.
No, I don't know if Dennis has ever been irritated. It's only when I take a pair of pants away from him that he looks a bit annoyed. But, or earplugs, actually. Earplugs. I think this is apparently quite a common thing with dogs. I've always slept with foam earplugs.
Oh, yes.
And I reckon we're now up to probably 18 or 19 pairs that he's snaffled, and I've learned obviously to not leave them on my bedside table. I have to put them in a drawer.
Do they reappear later on? I mean,
They sometimes reappear
in the park?
But sometimes it's worrying because it's not quite the right number that you're expecting. He had a whole box the other day, and actually he had a whole box the other day, and we were off to do a photo shoot. And I texted my mum in a bit of a flap saying he's had a whole box of Queez foam earplugs. They're my favourite brand of earplugs.
Right.
Not plugging them; they're just very good. And that's like 12 earplugs or something.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh my God, I've got this photo shoot with Dennis, who was put in Gucci coats and things. But luckily nothing dramatic happened on that shoot. But then I didn't see 12 come out.
But you hopefully want at least an even number, don't you?
I think hopefully it was all right. I once told this story, you know how you get talking obviously in the park, and it was when Dennis met an XL bully. There's quite a lot of XL bullies in my area because it's near Croydon, and apparently Croydon has the highest number of XL bullies in
Is that right?
the UK.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a website now where you can go on, you can put in your postcode.
Yes.
Because they're now licensed, and you can see how many bullies are in your area. And because I'm near Croydon, there are loads.
Oh, wow.
So I saw Dennis going near this XL bully and sort of panicked in an uptight way and started shrieking. And she had a muzzle on, and the guy had on one of those hoodies that said, "Don't blame the breed, blame the breeder." You know that catchphrase.
Okay.
That they've all
Yes.
used. And then I felt really embarrassed that I'd made such a sort of fuss. You know, Dennis, come here, and being this sort of shrieking posh woman. So I then started making conversation. I said, oh God, I don't know why I said this. I was like, oh God, he's so bad. He's just had another pair of my earplugs this morning. And I remember the guy, he looked at his bully and he went, oh, that's all right. This one had 9 remote controls in her first 5 months. And I was like, I bet she did. Wow. That was so funny. So at least I don't have the remote control problem, but we do have a knicker and an earplug issue.
Well, what kind of dog is that? You know, every time he goes, the garage doors opening all over the place and TV's going on. Who's going to look after Dennis when you're no doubt soon going a massive book tour and going around the country talking at festivals?
He's hoping, well, he's coming with me actually for quite a lot of it.
Great. Oh, that's interesting. Good.
Because he's the star, and I do feel slightly like one of those Victorian parents who's sending a child up the chimney.
Yeah.
But you know, dog food's expensive, isn't it? So he's coming with me for quite a lot of the tour. I have quite strong. People keep saying, "What's he going to wear? What's he going to wear?"
Right.
I have quite strong feelings about dogs in clothes, though.
Yeah.
Don't love dogs in clothes.
Yeah.
So you're not a fan of the little shoes?
Or even bow ties. I'm not sure about it.
Was the Gucci photo shoot, was that an exception to the rule for you?
Yes, sorry, very good point.
You allowed for that?
That wasn't me. That was the photographer wanted that.
Oh, okay.
But I wouldn't, as a rule, I'm quite funny about dogs in coats. Do your dogs wear coats? Dennis doesn't need a coat.
No, not really. But I think coats can be nice on them. It's something that, in the winter you feel like you want to put one on them. But most dogs, I don't think, really need them.
I think if they're whippets or they're, warm coats, then fair enough. But already in the park here, it's pretty warm still, right? I've seen there's a Labradoodle that I saw the other day, sort of waddling along in a giant fleece onesie, and I just thought it doesn't need that.
No. I think that's probably quite right. Yeah.
So anyway, he's coming with me. Otherwise, he goes to my mum's quite a lot.
Look, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck with the Year of the Dog. I can't wait to read it myself. I've only looked at the notes so far, and it looks like a lot of fun. And I think a lot of our listeners will want to get hold of that and have a read at the Year of the Dog.
Yeah, such an enjoyable read, Sophia.
I hope so. Thank you so much for having me.
Well done. We always finish with our last question, which is: do you let Dennis kiss you on the mouth?
Not with tongues. That's my rule.
Does Dennis understand that? Is he?
I'm single. We've got there.
Okay, good.
I think
good.
I'll kiss him on his head quite a lot.
Yeah, of course,
and he's allowed to sort of sniff my ear.
Right. I think that sounds like a good. Yeah.
No tongues.
No. Fair enough. I get that completely. Well, thank you, Sophia. It's really great to meet you. We love your work, and looking forward to seeing the book very soon. It's great.
Thank you, guys.
Sophia Money-Coutts there with talking about her new book, which is going to be, I'm sure, be well received by our listeners, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying it's kind of Bridget Jones with dogs.
Yeah, I think so, because it's written as diary entries.
Right.
And it also involves romance and stuff, romantic breakups and stuff.
Yeah.
So, it did remind me.
It sounds...
I see a Netflix series.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think most of our listeners will be thinking, well, you're best off without the boyfriend who doesn't want the dog there. I mean, that's...
Yeah, definitely.
Get
rid.
I know, get rid.
And actually, if we have any listeners, if your dogs also like eating and sniffing knickers, then please do not let us know.
But it's a great area to talk about when with breakups and who gets custody.
Oh yes,
and
yes, absolutely.
I'd love to hear some more about that from other people. And also, if you're in a relationship and he or she doesn't like your dog, well, I think we all know where that would go. It's, sling your up.
Yeah, I wonder if there are stories out there of the dog being the one that said, "I don't like this person. You're going to need to get rid of them," and it's happened. I'm sure it happens a lot.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please, if we have any listeners, get us in touch with that. Just on a side note that has made me think of this is it's interesting in regards to Sophia's book. It's interesting how dogs can be used as a tool in story, in film, in sitcom to get the viewer on side emotionally. So I know Ricky Gervais in Afterlife uses the dog as a way in for us to really adore that relationship and adore Gervais's character in that.
Usually signals as well, doesn't it, that this is a decent person if they've got a dog.
Yes,
they like their dog, a decent person. If it's a cat, it's a baddie.
Yes. It's made slightly complicated by the fact that Hitler loved dogs.
I know, it breaks down a bit there, doesn't it?
It's a real shame.
Yeah. Who is it? Yeah, who was it? It was some dog they were talking about who got a part in a film and was so pleased to be a goodie this time, because usually
that is Attila again. I think you were talking about.
It was one of our guests, wasn't it?
Afterlife.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That dog. That's right.
Yeah, it was
the dog from Afterlife.
It's always been a concentration camp dog and all these sort of police dog roles, and then suddenly a lovely dog that's looked after by Ricky Gervais.
There's an Australian sitcom that's actually, I'm sorry, forgive me, I've forgotten it. It's been a while since I watched it, but it was very, very good, and I should have continued watching it. But the kind of meet cute between the main couple. Yeah, this is the point at which the two protagonists meet and fall in love. Is I think he accidentally hits her dog in a car crash. It's not fatal. No, but he does hit the dog, and that's the point at which they meet, and then they have to bring up this dog together, and that's what the sitcom is built around. And forgive me, I will remember, and I'll remember it next week.
Tell us.
But that's also a great sitcom, and again, set around dogs. It's so interesting how dogs can really get the viewer in. Yeah.
Oh, it's Roisin Connerty that told us about Attila.
You're right. Good recall. Yeah. Well done. That was, of course, it was.
That's it.
Very nice. Well, thank you all for listening to Oh My Dog. We hope you're enjoying taking a deep dive with us into our love of dogs.
Yes, and you can go and subscribe to the YouTube channel now. You can watch this. Go and watch it at OMD Pod. Of course, if you're on Spotify, you'll be watching it on Spotify. It's now available on Spotify. And you can keep emailing us at hello@omdpods.com. And, of course, give us a follow on Instagram.
Yeah, you're getting quite demanding, aren't you, Seann, about people watching it? It sounded almost bossy.
I know, I don't know why.
Go and watch it now on YouTube. Stop what you're doing. Don't just listen to it. Now go and watch it as well.
Look at our faces.
Yeah, I think we're just grateful that people are listening. It's a great thing, but there are options. There are options for those who want to
sign up to the newsletter.
Yeah. How do I get that? I can't wait for that.
I don't even know.
There's a link.
I know, there's a link. I can't wait to see what you come up with for the newsletter. Because
where is the link?
I'll be honest, some weeks we struggle to come up with news, don't we?
It's lovely, Jack.
There's only so much that there's only so much your dog does. But anyway, listen, don't forget to give us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, dog is for life and not just for podcasts.
No, just quickly, when Sophia was mentioning that she doesn't want to have her dog on her bed, I at that point took a picture of Mildred on Wylda's bed.
Oh, look at that.
That's great. When you're talking about crates as well, I remember when we went to collect Dolly from this hostel in North Wales where she was being kept, we had bought a crate. We thought this is the way to do it, the proper way. You get a crate and you put it in the car, and then we're really going to start afresh with this dog and really try and get it some discipline. So we picked Dolly up, and so she left the house in Jane's arms and did not look back at any of the other dogs. You know, she's like, right, so I'm out of here. See ya. And we tried to get her into this crate, and she literally just put all her legs out. Going, what are you doing? I'm not having that. I want to sit out the front. Sit out the front with my mum, my new mum. And that was the end of that. The crate. That was an Amazon buy that never ever got used. It was just gone. But anyway.
Oh, that's fantastic.